निवासिनि विष्णुविलासिनि जिष्णुनुते.
Hi guys, in this video I'm going to discuss a news which made me really happy. Tulsi Gabbard has left the US Democratic Party. Those of you who follow a little bit of American politics will probably know who she is. I'm a huge fan of her. She's a retired, I don't think she's retired. She is part of the US MP, military police. There are different branches in the US military, Marines, Special Forces, Navy SEALs, etc. There's one branch called MP, military police. She's a doctor in that branch of US military, and she has served in Iraq and Afghanistan. I don't think Afghanistan, probably Iraq. I don't remember where. Anyway, she's a properly Hindu, brave, viciously bold, courageous lady. She's from Hawaii, Honolulu. She used to be a Democrat, and she's not of Indian origin as far as I know. She's a white Hindu who married, I think, another person from Hawaii. So her name is Tulsi Gabbard. And she has received a lot of flack from the liberal Hindus and leftist Marxist Hindus in name only, from the American left and liberal sections, and of course the non-Hindu left of America, because obviously she associates with the Hindu fundamentalist right wing of India. And she even attended a meeting, a sort of public meeting of a group called OFBJP, Overseas Friends of BJP. The name is kind of funny. And she has shown kind of indirect and direct support for the Hindu cause in the world, and as well as in India as well. She's a proud Hindu from start to finish. And for the last 1 or 2 years, she disappointed me in just one thing, that she showed her support for Bernie Sanders. Joe Biden. And other than that, she was doing very good in the presidential race as well. In what they call the US primaries, the people inside the party debate each other fiercely in front of the audience, and that's how the people decide who is going to be the candidate from their party. And there she had destroyed everyone, and you should see the clips of Tulsi Gabbard destroying all her Democratic opponents, especially the current Vice President Kamala Harris. You have no idea how she destroyed her. Okay, good idea. We'll get into that as well a bit. We'll react to that as well. And other than that, she has not had any common ground with Democratic Party except abortion. She used to be against abortion, but then she changed her mind and became pro-abortion because she had to be part of the Democrats, because a lot of Hindus still think Republicans are full of Christian conservative and conversion mafia. They're going to do all those things, and a little section of Christians in the Republican Party are that way, and they do think that way, but the majority of Republican Party is not that, and Republican Party is almost a friend of India and Hindus at the moment. At least not as much of an enemy as the Democratic Party is, which is why Vibhuti Jha, the person who co-hosts the Jaipur Dialogues with Sanjay Dixit, even he is a part of the Republican Party, and he is going to stand in the elections in the New York State Assembly. Now, so obviously Tulsi Gabbard had absolutely no more common ground with the Democratic Party of today. Now, a case in point is this. Ilhan Omar, a few years back, or one and a half years back, went to Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and the very fact that she visited that part of Kashmir and to talk about human rights violations, that was a very deliberate poke at India that, see, the land that you think is yours, I'm coming here as the representative of the most powerful country in the world and validating the demands of the Kashmiri people. And just few days back, I think US got frustrated with Minister Jaishankar's comments on the West and America. Some ambassador from USA, something Blom, he went to that Azad Kashmir and called it Azad Kashmir. So it's a deliberate poke at India and what we want in our neighborhood. That's very confrontational and absolutely condemnable. So, as a continuation of that, the German minister talking with Bilawal Bhutto and talking about peace talks is also a continuation of these sentiments that the West is trying to present, and which is why Pakistan has again grown a bit of wings, and Bilawal Bhutto is saying that we should have peace talks and discuss the things about Kashmir, even though there's nothing to discuss. Kashmir is in India, it will remain in India. If you want to discuss, talk about giving back some of your land that you stole from us. Now, let's read the report of Tulsi Gabbard quitting the Democratic Party. Although she hasn't mentioned directly that why she quit and why that. I think she's afraid to say this, but the Democratic Party is absolutely anti-Hindu at the moment, and the reason behind that is Ilhan Omar, a Somalian refugee who came to USA because it's a great country, and now all her main bread and butter is calling USA a bad country. And her colleague Rashida Tlaib, and of course Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Let's see her comment. I can no longer remain in today's Democratic Party that is now under the complete control of an elitist cabal of warmongers driven by cowardly wokeness who divide us by racializing every issue and stoke anti-white racism, actively work to undermine our God-given freedoms that are enshrined in our Constitution. This is an interesting point because I forgot to mention that she is fiercely anti-war. And she is hated by the warmongers of both Democratic Party and Republican Party because of her anti-war stand. Fiercely, she was opposed by the Democratic Party for having peace talks with the president of Syria. She went to discuss that, see, let's not do this. Just to say that. And Democratic Party said that, no, why are you going there? Why have peace talks with such a person? But these fuckers want us to have peace talks for 75 and for eternity with Pakistan about Kashmir. Gabbard, a 4-term congresswoman. She condemned the party for being, quote, hostile to people of faith and spirituality. Yes, absolutely. While demonizing the police and protecting criminals at the expense of law-abiding Americans. She also accused party leaders of weaponizing national security, quote, to go after their political opponents and above all, who are dragging us ever closer to nuclear war, end quote. Gabbard had lately become an outlier in the party after seeking the Democratic nomination in 2020 before dropping out and endorsing Joe Biden's candidacy. That's the only thing she did that was very weird and stupid. I think she was trying to be a good politician, but that was just a weak maneuver. And also, you should check out her workout videos. She is great in martial arts, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and things like that. Of course, because you are in the military, you will have to do that. She does all those things, and which is why I'm really a fan of hers. Now, let's check out, I hope my video doesn't get demonetized or... Okay, it's not monetized yet. I don't care. I hope it doesn't get taken down. Let's check out this video of Tulsi Gabbard destroying Kamala Harris. And by the way, I am now accepting monetary donations. If you want to support my efforts with this channel, you can donate to the UPI ID given in the description box below. It's called Nirajan Shah 83 at okhdfcbank.com. No, there's no .com.
Senator Harris, you have also been quite critical of Vice President Biden's policy.
And let's be very clear about this. When Vice President Biden was in the United States Senate, important work with reforming a criminal justice system and cleaning up the consequences of the bills that you passed when you were in the United States.
This is Kamala Harris basically proving to the world that Joe Biden is the worst human in America, and now she is happily serving as vice president under him.
Senate for decades.
And then over that, Tulsi Gabbard swoops in and destroys Kamala Harris's standing in the race. She almost had to quit. I was following the presidential race very intently. Kamala Harris was absolutely destroyed. Her career was almost over because of this one exchange that Tulsi Gabbard gave her. Then political maneuvering, Obama joined in and pulled some strings to make the other contenders pull out, which screwed Bernie Sanders, which made Joe Biden win, all those things. And then the white liberals, who are kind of the floating voters, they voted for Joe Biden. Otherwise, minority votes for Trump had increased. There was no way Trump was going to lose if white people had kept voting for Trump.
It was the work of creating one of the first in the nation. Proud of that work.
I want to bring in Congresswoman Gabbard. Congresswoman Gabbard, you took issue with Senator Harris confronting Vice President Biden at the last debate. You called it a, quote, false accusation that Joe Biden is a racist. What's your response?
I want to bring the conversation back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting black and brown people all across this country today. She put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana, but I'm deeply concerned about this record.
Fire towards Kamala Harris.
There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place. That impact.
See, and immediately CNN says, thank you, Congresswoman, because they don't want Kamala Harris to be destroyed. CNN loves these people, the establishment Democratic Party guys. They hate Tulsi Gabbard.
Poor people in the worst kind of way.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Senator Harris, your response.
which became a national model for the is on the floor, but actually doing the
Was there
work
any more
of being in the
response?
position to legalize marijuana in the United
These people's lives.
Rebecca, and your response?
The bottom line is, Senator Harris, when you were in a position to make a difference and an impact in these people's lives, you did not. And worse yet, in the case of those who were on death row, innocent people, you actually blocked evidence from being revealed that would have freed them until you were forced to do so. There is no excuse for that. And the people who suffered under your reign as prosecutor, you owe them an apology.
Senator Harris.
Okay, you can see this video on your own. And let me recommend to you one more thing. If you all have Spotify, you all should watch her episode on Joe Rogan's podcast. If you really want to understand the kind of strong woman she is, truly liberated, strong, self-respecting woman, the way she carried herself with Joe Rogan, the biggest podcast host in the world. She has appeared on Joe Rogan multiple times. She's great friends with him. Joe Rogan is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, UFC commentator, biggest podcast host in the world, stand-up comedian, and with Jocko Willink. He's a retired Navy SEAL and a motivational speaker and a business consultant. That discussion was so beautiful. They agreed on some things, they disagreed on some things. But that's a priceless conversation that you should listen to get the vibe of American politics. And also, if you want to learn more about Tulsi Gabbard herself, let's see if it's on YouTube or it's on Spotify. Yeah, the entire episode is here. Yeah, this one. You all should absolutely watch this video. Okay, thank you for watching my video. And I hope you make some financial contributions to my efforts here.
जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते